Our following breaking news, President Trump leaves Walter Reed with a fist pump and a promise to be back on the campaign trail soon. The president spent 3 days in the hospital after, as you know, testing positive for COVID-19.
Returning to the White House lawn shortly after leaving Walter Reed, he then removed his mask before entering the White House, even though he is still contagious. The president and more than 24 other people around the White House have all tested positive in recent days. WGN's Eric Rung has been monitoring these developments from the D.C. area. He joins us now live tonight from outside the White House with some new remarks from the president himself. Eric?
Yeah, good evening, and some surprising remarks at that. The president is back here at the White House to finish recovering from COVID-19. Doctors saying they are going to be keeping a very close eye on the president's health while he is here. The president posting a video shortly after returning to the White House, and in it he says people should be careful but not afraid of COVID-19 and that he may be immune to it. The president tonight leaving Walter Reed Medical Center wearing a mask and giving the world a wave and a few thumbs up before boarding Marine One. The president, still suffering from COVID-19, will now recover at the White House. After returning home, he posted a short video to Twitter.
And I learned so much about coronavirus. And one thing that's for certain, don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it. You're going to beat it.
So far, more than 210,000 Americans haven't beat it, haven't had the same kind of access to medication and care the president received. But the president tonight saying he may not have needed any of that anyway.
And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know.
His doctors, however, saying he's not out of the woods yet.
We're looking to this weekend. If we can get through to Monday with him remaining the same or improving, better yet, then we will all take that final deep sigh of relief.
The president will continue his COVID-19 therapeutics, which include at least one more dose of remdesivir, a drug doctors have had some success treating COVID-19 with, as well as a powerful steroid generally used to treat patients with severe cases of COVID-19. Still, doctors say they felt comfortable discharging the president. They say the president has been fever-free for 72 hours and hasn't needed supplemental oxygen since Saturday morning. They also say the White House has a team of doctors there around the clock and some of the best medical equipment on site.
There's nothing that's being done upstairs here that we can't safely conduct down home.
For supporters who have been outside the hospital since the president was admitted, seeing his departure was something to cheer about. Do you think this will change at all the way he talks or handles the coronavirus moving forward?
I hope not. I hope, if anything, he doubles down to say, look, I'm part of the 99.98% of people that survive from it, and I'm fine. Go back to work.
And that's exactly what the president did.
Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen.
Now, once again, the president's doctors say that he is not out of the woods just yet, despite what you heard in his video that was posted to social media. And while the president says that he will be back on the campaign trail soon, his doctors say, we'll see. We're live outside the White House tonight. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.
All right, Eric, thank you.